This is one of the simplest ways to make drone footage feel more cinematic. Don't just film the subject, move through or past the foreground. In CTP1, we looked at how drone footage can still feel amateur. One of the biggest reasons is there's no depth in the shot. The frame just looks flat. So today we're fixing that with foreground movement, objects close to the drone to make the whole thing feel more three-dimensional, more intentional and more cinematic. This is fine. It shows the church clearly, but it doesn't really feel like a shot. It feels more like the drone is just floating towards something. Now, compare that with this. The subject hasn't changed, the location hasn't changed, but adding something in the foreground gives the movement purpose. Foreground movement works because it creates parallax. Objects close to the drone move quickly across the frame, while the background moves more slowly. That difference in speed gives the shot depth. Your viewer suddenly feels the space rather than just looking at it. The mistake a lot of us make when we start is flying too high and too far away from everything. It feels safe and it gets the whole scene in, but it often makes the footage look flat. To create depth, you usually need to come lower, slower and closer, while still keeping a safe distance from people, property, trees, buildings and anything you could hit. The first foreground move is the reveal. Find something that blocks the subject and then move slowly to reveal it. I'm not flying fast here. I'm keeping the movement slow, smooth and deliberate. The foreground objects gives the shot a beginning, middle and end. The second move is the tracking pass. This works really well with walls, fences, paths, hedges, or rows of gravestones. You're not just pointing at the church, you're letting the foreground guide the viewer's eye through the frame. The key is to keep the foreground close enough, but not so close to be risky or distracting. The third move is the low pushing. Instead of flying high above everything, bring the drone lower and let the ground, path or nearby objects create movement. This can make a simple pushing feel much more dramatic because the viewer can feel the drone travelling through the space. Foreground doesn't always have to sweep across the frame. Sometimes it can simply frame the subject. A branch, a gate, a stone wall, or even the edge of the church itself can help create layers. Foreground, subject, background. The layering is what makes the image feel less like a flat postcard and more like a scene. Before I fly these shots, I'm always walk the route first, looking for trees, birds, buildings, anything that might be a problem during the shot. And I'm not trying to skim past objects by inches. Cinematic doesn't mean reckless. You can get the effects with plenty of space if the movement is slow and controlled. For these shots, slower is usually better. Use cine mode if your drone has it. Keep your stick movements gentle. Don't rush the reveal. If you're filming at 25 frames per second, aim for around 1/50th shutter if you're following the 180-degree rule, and use ND filters if the scene is too bright. So here's the plain version, nothing wrong with it, but it feels a bit flat. Now here's the foreground version. Same subject, same location, but now there's depth, movement, and a reason for the shot to exist. Next time you arrive at a location, don't just look at the main subject. Look at what you can move behind, move past, or just use to frame the shot. That's when drone footage looks less like you're just flying around and more like you're directing the viewer's eye. If you're following the Cinematic to Pro series, this is one of the biggest steps, adding depth and intention to every shot. In the next video, we'll build on this and make those movements feel more deliberate.